And she sure, and took her Bible off. Did she take her Bible off? No, she only sure, but she did it that solemn like. And you have hidden the truth from me all these years? Hidden it from me, who have trusted you without reserving everything. Well, I can't deny it. Have I deserved this of you, Ansran? Have I not always been ready to help you in word and deed, so far as it lay in my power? Answer me, have I not? It would have been a poor lookout for me many a time but for the Reverend Mr. Manders. And this is how you reward me? You caused me to enter falsehood in the church register, and you withhold from me, year after year, the explanation you all laid to me, and to the third. Your conduct has been wholly inexcusable, Adrian, and from this time forward I've done with you. Yes, I suppose there is no help for it. How can you possibly justify yourself? Who would ever have thought you'd have gone and made bad worse by talking about it? Will your reverence just fancy yourself in the same trouble as poor Johanna Menders? Lord bless you. I don't mean just exactly the same, but I mean if your reverence had anything to be ashamed of in the eyes of the world, saying God's. Women ought to judge a poor woman too hardly, your reverence. I'm not doing so. It is you I'm reproaching. Might I make so bold as to ask your reverence a bit of a question? Yes, if you want to. Isn't it right and proper for a man to rise up the fallen? Most certainly it is. And isn't a man bound to keep his sacred word? Why? Of course he is, but when Johanna had got into trouble through that Englishman, or it may have been a American or a Russian, as they call them, well, you see, she came down into the town. Poor thing, she had sent me about my business once or twice before, for she couldn't bear the scent of anything as wasn't handsome. And I'd got this damaged leg of mine. Your reverence recollects how I ventured up into a dancing saloon, where seafaring man was carrying on with drink and devilry, and as the saying goes, and then when I was for giving them a bit of an admonition to lead a new life, Mrs. Alving. I know all about that incident. The ruffians threw you downstairs. You have told me of the affair already. Your infirmity is an honor to you. I'm not puffed up about it, your reverence, but what I want to say was that when she came and confesses all to me, with weeping and gnashing of teeth, I can tell your reverence I was sure it hurt to hear it. Were you indeed ignorant? Well, go on. So I say to her, the American, he is sailing about on the boundless sea. And as you, and as for you, Johanna, says I, you have committed a grievous sin, and you are a fallen creature, but Jacob answered, say I, he is got two good legs to stand upon. He has. You see, your reverence, I was speaking figuratively. I understand quite well. Go on. Well, that was how I raised her up and made a honest woman of her, so as folk shouldn't get to know how as she'd gone astray with foreigner. In all that you act very well, only I cannot approve you, only I cannot approve your stopping to take money. Money? I? Not a farthing. But, oh, wait a minute. Now I recollect. Johanna did have a trifle of money, but I would have nothing to do with that. No, says I. That's mammon. That's a wages of sin. This dirty gold or notes or whatever it was, will just